Hi everyone. Okay, so the the last few days were an absolute nightmare for me. But thank God today's Thursday. N- Um, no one else is in the house, thankfully, and no one's causing a huge ruckus or making my life absolutely hell by talking too much. Um. Now yesterday there were a few things, mostly on TikTok, of course, because anyone can talk on TikTok. Um, One very serious thing from a certain user that I follow on TikTok and who mostly likes horror movies and Pedro Pascal, and I don't blame her one bit. And she is incredibly nice, and she she she's also not afraid to talk about what's going on in the world like me or some others, and that's good, but sometimes I do not want to hear anything that's gonna make me uncomfortable about you know I've tried, but when it came from her, this was actually this at first was this at first she thought it was a joke, but it's actually serious. It doesn't exactly involve Donald Trump, but it's something that, um, let's just say, I don't know, and I wouldn't care, but yeah, it is serious, and even though, even back when Donald Trump was elected, people were obviously scared out of their minds, but guess what? It's September now in 2025, and we're still okay. We're not forcefully moved out of our homes in America and moved back to whatever the how that we came from. And you know, some of us live in states that are safer than others, and some of us are just trying to live our normal, usual lives. And for me, um, I say myself this: whatever happens, happens. Okay, it's not the freaking end of the world. It just feels like it does. Because of course it is. But also, the other thing is that Charlie Kurt, Charlie Kirk, was shot, and yesterday, recently, and today he's confirmed to have died. Um, I don't feel bad for him, but knowing that he has a family, I would feel bad for his family. But for as him as a person and him having a family, I do feel bad. But him as someone who is on the opposite side of politics and being an absolute asshead, being part of Donald Trump, no, I do not feel bad for him. I said that I would just want Donald Trump to die. I just, I just think that the world would be better off without him. I mean, most people already hate him, especially, especially some of his own Republican members of society, where they are completely annoyed and tired of him. And I do not blame them. For me, involving politics, no, no, we are not going to talk about politics. Politics are stupid. Mostly because most of us don't care about politics. Why talk about politics? Why? Why do you care so much about this? Especially since, like I said, most of us are trying to, you know, live out our usual normal lives. And for me, like I said, whatever happens, happens. Whatever happens, okay? But Charlie Kirk dying, I don't feel bad for. I don't feel bad for. I would feel bad for his family and Charlie Kirk as an actual human being, um, altogether. But him in politics, no, no, absolutely not. Do people like him deserve to die? No, but that doesn't mean that I don't feel bad for him. I don't, because he was an absolute ignorant asshole who just thought that the opposite political side was crazy and delusional. When in reality, people are suffering because of you, Trump, and many others who are absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. Like I said, it's still September and none of us are in trouble or getting hurt or killed for anything. Not even trying to live our lives. Anyway. But yeah, like I said, I don't feel bad for him. And since today is Thursday and I'm finally making this video, I just want to say that, God, I am thanking you now. Please. You do not understand how much I feel today. I feel great. I feel absolutely great. No one's bothering me. I don't have my dad to be around the house, even though most of the time yesterday and today it was just clean. Most of it was just cleaning. I'm thankfully okay. I'm okay. I'm fine. Everything's fine. I was gonna talk about something else, mostly involving Yandere Simulator. Like, what the story of Yandere Simulator was supposed to be, or what I think it would have been. Like, seriously, does Yandere Dev have to be an absolute creep? I mean, it's not a surprise, but seriously? And does he really have to implement 10 rivals into the game? Especially 5 who don't make any sense to me, at least now. Like, a nurse, a substitute teacher, the delinquent leader, his own sister, and the student council president. Like, especially the student council president, Megami. Like, she doesn't actually have a crush on him. She more likely just wants to protect him from Ayano because she knows what Ayano is. She already knows who she is due to her family getting involved with Psycho Corp because Psycho Corp had the audacity to kidnap Ryoba's husband. Yeah, that was the thing. And, you know, in my opinion, they're both in the wrong here. They're both in the wrong. Megami and her family just poking their noses into Ryoba and Ayano's business, and for Ayano and her mother to murder because of this condition that they have, falling in love with a boy, maybe even kidnapping them and making them their like future husband, permanently stuck in their world and never being normal. I'm just saying, but but also for Ayano, like, she can be quite ruthless, and, but also, Yandere Dev being an absolute creep and all, his game has taken up, 11 years. 10 to 11 years of development, and he has still not implemented the third rival. Not yet, anyways. The only official updates about Kizana are on his Patreon. Does anyone else go to Patreon just to see the updates or anything else? Like, nothing? Okay, whatever. I really wish that he would have just added like 5 rivals instead of 10, and or maybe he could have just done Osana as the main rival and just Osana as that one rival. But at the same time, considering the rival introduction video came out years ago, I now love Mai, and she's my favorite rival and my favorite Yandere Simulator character of all time, and since she's already implemented into the game, I don't want her gone. So yeah, 5 rivals would actually be a lot easier instead of 10, especially the second 5 half don't make any sense to me, especially now, with the nurse, substitute teacher, delinquent leader, his senpai's own sister, and the student council president. Like, they don't make any sense to me at all. Yandere Dev has also said that he wants Yandere Simulator, or whatever he decides to call it, as a full, um, as a full, um, serious game instead of a simulator game, which I can understand, but at the same time, you're 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 literally wasting your time by being an absolute creep and just having like little implements. I mean, the little implements aren't that bad, but still, you need to work on the damn rivals. And sure, you also need to take some breaks to, have some time off to not work so much, but still, you seriously need to take your time seriously and work on the damn rivals that you're supposed to implement into the game. Like, actually do something about it. Yeah, also, I completely understand that for example, Ayano's family curse, the Segos being involved, and Infochan, yeah, all of them completely useless. Like, Megami's story overdone, Ayano's family curse, unnecessary, and Infochan, what's her deal? Like, seriously, why is she wanting these girls to suffer and for Ayano to eliminate them? Like, what's out for her? And she's confirmed not to be the journalist's daughter, or at least not sure. I mean, she's probably not confirmed, but at the same time, it's still ambiguous if she really is the journalist's daughter. Maybe, but anyway, that's all for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, or not, that's okay. Please stay safe. Please, for the love of God, stay at home, stay away from protests, segregated areas, you know the rest. Yeah, bye.